You know, it's strange. I don't remember seeing this level of fake outrage from the woke media 8 years ago when Colin Kaepernick decided to trade in his helmet for a set of knee pads to protest. Hell, does anyone even remember what Colin Kaepernick was protesting? Well, Casey, he was protesting police brutality. He was bringing awareness to the plague of systemic racism. No, I don't think that was it. If I remember correctly, Colleen was protesting the end of his NFL career. He was whining and complaining because high school girls could throw a cinder block further than he could throw a football. Colleen knew his NFL career was coming to an end. He needed a retirement plan. So he decided to become a professional activist. But anyway, I don't remember the media expressing their fake outrage when Colin Kaepernick brought the plague of politics into the NFL. Matter of fact, it was the complete opposite. Colleen was celebrated. They wanted to put up a statue in the city of Rainbow so identifiers could worship him. For years, guys like me bitched about the plague of politics invading sports. Eventually, we just stopped because we had reached a point of no return. We had said all that we could say about it. There was really nothing else we could do. Deacons at Woke United Methodist, along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media, they got exactly what they wanted. Athletes were using their platforms to preach the good word and spread the woke faith. Leagues like the NBA, the NHL fully embraced the woke wiener. The NFL tolerated Colleen for a little while until they eventually realized that he was the captain of the bomb squad along with being bad for business. So they gave him a complimentary tube of Preparation H before they kicked his ass out of the league, which caused years of fake outrage in the media because their Lord and risen King Colleen no longer had a platform to spread myths and fairy tales. The media accused the NFL of silencing Colin Kaepernick. The NFL was accused of suppressing his right to protest, which is why I'm incredibly confused this morning with the level of fake outrage in the media towards NFL players, exercising what the media used to call their right to be political, and the complete lack of outrage from the media when the NFL, and more specifically CBS, seems to be silencing players who were dancing to the classic tunes of Orange Man Bad. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble across this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. Search Behind the Line here on YouTube. Should be the first channel that comes up. Professional athletes are finally feeling comfortable supporting the Trumper. Over the weekend, the Trump dance completely took over the sports world. John Jones danced to the tunes of the Trumper after his UFC win Saturday night. Seemed like the entire NFL was doing the Trump dance after making big plays on Sunday. Raiders tight end Brock Bowers seems to be the one receiving the most attention for his egregious, unacceptable behavior. He emulated the Trumper in the end zone Sunday afternoon after scoring a touchdown against the Dolphins. Although fans were exposed to this egregious act of violence during the live broadcast, CBS shielded fans from further exposure by editing the dance out of clips that they put on social media. Well, that's strange. Maybe that was just an oversight. Maybe that was just a clerical error. After the game, Brock Bowers, he was speaking to the media. Naturally, the media was curious as to why Brock Bowers would inject the fungus of politics into sports. He gave a response that I would expect to hear from my high school teenager. Everyone else was doing it. I wanted to do it too so I could look cool. All kidding aside, Brock Bowers said that he saw John Jones doing the Trump dance Saturday night and he thought it was funny, so he did it himself. Immediately after he answered the question, the Raiders, they ended his availability with the media. I wonder why. Now, from the NFL's perspective, I can kinda see where they're coming from. Back in 2016, the league was incredibly uncomfortable with Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the national anthem. Initially, they didn't really do a damn thing about it, but as soon as ratings started to rapidly decline, the NFL kicked his ass out of the league. I can kind of understand why the NFL doesn't want to get too involved in politics. They've always had this weird relationship with it. They would put end racism in the end zone, but they never went overboard with it like the NBA did. There have been rumors that the NFL might ban the Trump dance altogether. I highly doubt that happens. I don't think Roger Goodell is that stupid. What I don't understand, though, is this fake outrage from the mainstream media. The media worshipped Colleen for taking a knee, but they can't stand the Trump dance? More specifically, the media doesn't like to see athletes throughout major sports doing the Trump dance because of what it represents. For the first time in a while, we are seeing a balance of politics in sports. For the past 8 years, it has been completely one-sided. Athletes were allowed to use their platforms to be political as long as they were spreading the woke fungus. But now, we are seeing Major League Baseball players supporting the Trumper. We are seeing NFL players doing the Trump dance. UFC fighters, they were some of the first athletes to publicly support Donald Trump. At the same time, woke players in the NBA, they seem to be exercising their right to remain silent. The reason we are seeing this outrage from the media for the first time in years, deacons at Woke United Methodist, they feel like they are in the minority. For the first time in years, the deacons feel powerless. It feels like the entire country has rejected their utopian dream. And the reason it feels that way is because we did reject it. If the election between Cackle and Cam Harris and the Trumper had been close, the media, they would have continued preaching the good word. But because it was an absolute landslide, the media's realized that they are powerless and they can't fucking stand it. But give me your thoughts on this. Multiple NFL players do the Trump dance on Sunday, causing a shitstorm throughout the mainstream media. The Raiders take away Brock Bowers' ability to speak with the media. CBS edits the Trump dance out of clips on social media. Is the NFL trying to silence, for lack of a better word, is the NFL trying to silence players? Why do you think the media is so upset? They celebrated Colin Kaepernick, but they are criticizing players emulating the Trumper. I think the media is pissed because it shows their ideology is being pushed back into the shadows where it belongs. But what about you? Give me your reason. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the main channel.